opening statement.
Well, that was a long one. Swung the bats very, very well. A lot of quality at bats, a lot of free passes. I think we had, walk, hit by pitch, and stolen bases. I think we had 21. I've never seen that many in a game. But we swung the bats well, hit the long ball. How about Sam Hall? Had a couple guys banged up after last night's game. Kier was out today. Patrick Cromwell was out, and Sam Hall felt like we wanted to give him a start. He's just worked as hard as anybody on our team, just trying to prepare for this moment to get his opportunity. And not only did he perform well, but he was very confident. He had great body language, and he had fun. It was just very refreshing to watch him play the game and how he played the game in his first start. I also like to say a prayer for the EPI employee down the line. Got hit with a line drive. It's always a scary moment. Anytime you see somebody get hit by a line drive, hoping that he's okay. I know he went to the hospital, so just want to make sure we mention him, that he's in our prayers, and hopefully he'll be okay. The bullpen did a solid job for us. Holt was a little erratic. He hadn't been out there very much for us here lately. Travis Marr, I thought, did a nice job. Matt Clark looked really good for us. It was good to get Matt. Matt's been out for a little bit. Hadn't been on the mound for us very much. So I thought Matt Clark threw the ball very well. But, overall, back-to-back, the double midweeks are always tough. You have to use a lot of arms. But offensively, it was a good, 2 midweek games for us. Tonight was good. We were able to get a lot of guys on the bench, some opportunities late in the ball game to get into the game. And I thought we played pretty well. Overall, we did some good things and ready to go up to Charlottesville tomorrow morning. Get a good practice up there tomorrow afternoon and get ready for the Cavaliers this weekend. Will
Meredith and them be available this weekend?
It's questionable at best. We'll kind of have to see how he feels, but I would say Kier is probably doubtful for the weekend. Cromwell is questionable until we see how he feels tomorrow, if he's able to move around in practice. So I would say Cromwell has a better chance of being available than Kier.
Coach, it seems like lately you've been a little bit more aggressive on the base paths, just with your called steals and hit and runs and so forth. Is that fair to say?
Well, I think we have, a few guys out there in our lineup who can run. Sam Hall, obviously is one of them, played today. Wharton's a pretty good runner, can take advantage of it. Bird, when healthy, can run. Logan absolutely can run, and Greeny's got good instincts on the bases. So, yeah, it is something that we need to be more efficient in. We worked on it extremely hard this fall, being able to steal bases and running more so that we weren't, such a one-dimensional offense. I don't like being a one-dimensional offense where, we score via the home run and the walk. That's always going to be a staple, where we want to drive the baseball and take advantage of the free pass. But, if you got a day where the wind's blowing in, or you're facing a team that throws a lot of strikes, you got to be able to score in different ways. You got to be able to hit and run. You got to be able to bunt. You got to be able to steal bases and take advantage of every opportunity you get. So we are trying to run a little bit more. And, hopefully it's something that we can continue to do, and it becomes more and more a part of our offense.
Obviously, there are ups and downs in the season, but after some struggles maybe over the past couple of weeks, do you feel like you guys are kind of getting things back on track for these 5 straight wins and feel good about where you are going into Virginia?
Well, we've had a good week. We had a good weekend at Wake Forest, and we've had 2 good midweek games. I feel like we've pitched extremely well, and defensively we've been solid. We've been swinging the bat, so we're hitting on all cylinders right now in the last 5 games. That being said, we got to try to get healthy. My biggest concern always, our team is what it is. At this point, I think we have a really good feel for what our players are capable of and what our team is capable of when we're hitting on all cylinders. But we got to get healthy. We got to try to get Kier healthy and get Cromie healthy, get Birdie healthy. If we have those 3 guys healthy and available and able to give us at bats and play defense down the stretch here, that's going to give us our best opportunity to be competitive down the stretch here and put ourselves in a good position. But we have been playing good baseball as of late, and hopefully we can do that this weekend.
Coach, you have the short turnaround before you go to Virginia. They're not a team that hits a lot of home runs, but they have a pretty good staff whip. What do you know about them?
Well, Virginia's always going to be very, very competitive on the mound. We know that. They've got 2 dominant starters. They've got a really good closer. They've got a big ballpark. It's a tough ballpark, to hit home runs and drive the baseball. We're going to have to hit line drives and have more of a gap-to-gap approach. And, hopefully we'll be able to run a little bit. We're going to have to be able to manufacture some runs against a good pitching staff. So that's the name of the game for us. If we can continue to pitch and defend the way we have been, and approach-wise, we're going to have to, be more of a gap-to-gap oriented approach offensively, and try to manufacture a little bit more in a ballpark that's, pretty tough ballpark to hit in. So just got to make some adjustments, and hopefully it'll work.
I know you joked earlier this year about Wilkie trying to hit his weight.
Yeah.
Seems like he's one of your hottest hitters. Right
Well, he's
now.
been lifting weights. I mean, he's been working really, really hard. I go in the weight room with him and work out with him a lot. And, I haven't looked at the stat sheet, but, if he's, up benching about 260, 270, that's what a catcher should. A guy that hits in the middle of the order, a middle of the order hitter, that's what he ought to be bench pressing. So, but no, I like to pick on Kyle. Kyle's pretty special to me, and I think he knows that. Just because I work with the catchers and been working with him, ever since he's been here, and I've seen him get better and better, and he's just he's got leadership qualities. He's a hard worker. He's always competitive, always in good spirits, even when he's not hitting, and it's just been a lot of fun to watch him develop as a hitter and really become a guy that's an offensive threat. Just really, really proud of him and happy for him. And yeah, I'll keep, making fun of him. We have that type of relationship. So he makes fun of me too. So
Someone told you before the season that he and Bird would be right there at the team lead for batting average. Would that have surprised you?
Well, Bird and Wilkie had incredible falls for us. So, Birdie was one of the best hitters in the fall, and Bird played every day last year. So it does not surprise me at all what Grayson is able to do. And you look at what Grayson's doing; he's doing it right now, and he's banged up a little bit. He's not even fully healthy. And Wilkie, Wilkie hit really well in the fall. He also had a really good end of the year last year for us. So we felt like Kyle can give us competitive at bats and give us good at bats, and so it's obviously good to see him just continue to mature and become more and more of an offensive threat. I felt like both those guys could be good offensive players for us this year.
Coach, you mentioned heading up to Virginia. Are you guys looking at keeping the same rotation?
Yes, yeah, we will keep the same rotation.
It's good to get Chris in there behind the plate just for an inning, just to kind of get him back there again.
Yeah, and again, Kyle's been catching so much for us lately. I wanted to try to get, Chris back there just to give him an inning and let him, get a little bit of work back there. So that was, the thought process there.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.